Happy Veterans Day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meteorologist Mike Ottenweiler at the National Weather Service with your Alaska statewide weather. Looking at the weather map this afternoon, a 1,039 millibar high pressure system is sitting out over the eastern Aleutians. Over top of this area of high pressure is plenty of moisture starting to stream into the west coast of Alaska, mainly north of the YK Delta. As we go into the weekend, an area of low pressure will develop along with this moisture and will push in some strong winds and plenty of snow. So for that, the Fairbanks office has coastal flood watches, high surf advisories, and some winter weather watches in effect from now all the way until Sunday afternoon. So be sure to take a look at the Fairbanks office here if you're up in those areas or traveling through those areas for the latest on the details and snow amounts, how high the waters might rise, and exact timing of each of those features. Meanwhile, towards southeast Alaska, an area of low pressure continues to bring some light rain and some snow for the higher elevations. Therefore, winter weather advisories remain in effect for the Haines area until 6 p.m. and for the Juneau and Petersburg area until midnight Friday night. Southern Alaska remains relatively quiet with high pressure building in through the overnight hours. Maybe some patchy fog towards Bristol Bay, but otherwise just some rain showers over the Gulf of Alaska with some gusty offshore winds increasing, especially for the Thompson Pass and Valdez area. As we get into Saturday, that moisture has really started to pick up along the Seward Peninsula and towards the Arctic coastline there, the Beaufort Sea and the Chukchi Sea coast. So again, take a look at the Fairbanks office to see exactly how much snow is expected for your area, how hard the winds might blow, and how high the seas might rise. Towards southern Alaska, still fairly quiet except for those gusty offshore winds on Saturday. For southeast Alaska, you can look for improving conditions for the most part as far as the precipitation. However, the winds will be on an uptick, and so therefore some blowing snow is not out of the question through White Pass and Chilkoot Pass, also possibly mixing down to lower elevations as well. As we get into Sunday, the pattern is still moving pretty actively across the northern half of the state. Snow now into Fairbanks area and pushing up against the Alaska Range, possibly even clipping in through the Copper River Delta. Certainly going to be snowing along the northern coast with the low pressure at 1,003 millibars there. So again, we have those advisories and those watches in place to handle that system. Meanwhile, for southeast Alaska, improving conditions as things continue to dry out and the wind starting to slacken a little bit. Southern Alaska will remain relatively quiet with just some clouds passing through and maybe some snow showers along the mountains. And then out over the Bering, a next area of moisture starts to push into the western Aleutians. With Alaska statewide weather, I'm meteorologist